Trading Nut, episode 181.
Let's say if you want to overcome a fear, you wake up like every single day, you tell yourself, I'm going to take maybe 20 trades. Like say today, you decide you're going to take 20 trades. You calculate the risk of all those 20 trades. No matter what is happening, you need to take all the 20 trades. So either you hit your stop loss or not, you have to decide to do it, to take all the 20 trades. And that one is going to help you on how to remove the fear that you have in your mindset. That one also helped me because I did that exercise of 20 trades a day, and it helped me to build the confidence.
The market's going to do something. Your job is not to fight it.
The market never, ever runs away. It's always there.
That personal diary of trading will make you a much better trader than...
I could be right about the direction, but wrong about the trade.
Don't focus on the monetary side.
Trying to make too much money on a trade is what I have seen killed every trader.
Your losses offer you some of the greatest insight you can find into your mistakes.
Relax, learn the process.
Candlestick pattern trading is a freaking trap.
Don't be in a rush to become a millionaire.
Let the market tell you what the market wants to tell you.
This podcast is not financial, trading, or investing advice of any kind. What's up, traders? Welcome to another installment of the Trading Nut podcast. I'm your host, Cam Hawkins. And before I get into the show, I'm going to tell you at the very end of my introduction what happened to me and why I've got a bandage on the head and cut on my face and stuff. So I'll tell you at the end of the introduction. Right. So today we've got Gedson K on the show, a trader from Joburg, Forex trader. He's got a rare experience to share with us. He was actually making a lot of money right out of the gates of trading, which is fairly unusual. Usually people lose money. He was making lots of it, but the story sort of unfolds and he lost his job because of it. You're going to find out how that all transpired in the show coming up. And now he's a full-time trader and we did a video after it. So you're going to see how he approaches the market and how he trades. So that's coming up in a second. Reminder, we've got the July Trading Nut Funded Cup coming up. We've also got next week, we'll have the winner of the previous Trading Nut Funded Cup coming up on the show. So can't wait to get him on and hear his story. That's Steve Young. He did a crazy 94%, I think, on the account that he had, the $50,000 account that he had over that 45-day period. So you're going to find out how he did it in his story as well. So that's coming up next week. Now, before we get into the show and before I tell you what happened to my head, I just want to give you an update. Last week, I've been absolutely completely spending all my time working on the Algo Funder Mastermind. We did a 3-day live session. It was awesome. We came up with a strategy based on smart money concept order blocks. We had people involved from all around the world coming up with how we can automate the strategy. In fact, we've not just automated it, we've semi-automated it as well. It is, it's called the Obsession Bot. We've called it the Obsession Bot OB session for order block. It's got over 90 settings, and as I mentioned, it's fully and semi-automated, so you can either trade a semi-automated version of it or a fully automated version of it. There's pretty much everything in here under the sun that you can think of. You still have a chance to get it. Although the Algo Funder Mastermind doors have closed now, there is still a chance to get it if you join the Robot Builders Club, but only in the month of July. And I have increased the price of that club because you will get the source code to this. So to make it even more limited and exclusive, I have increased the price just for the month of July for the Robot Builders Club. So go and check it out, and I'll see if I can put something together for the Obsession Bot just to walk you through how it works and what it is at a high level, so you've got an idea of what you're going to get access to. And yeah, you get the source code to this. So this is a great deal, folks. So you've got a bot that trades order blocks, strategy, it's semi-automated and fully automated, and there's like dozens and dozens of settings in there you can play with. All right, that's enough from me. Now, before we get into the show, what happened to my head? So this is just the weirdest thing ever, right? So it was yesterday. I went to the gym. I thought I'll get a quick gym session in before I finish off the instruction video for the Algo Funder Mastermind session bot. Went to the gym, was rushing, wasn't really thinking, had a million things going on in my head. Got out of the car, thought, do I need a mask? Do I not need a mask? Went and got a mask and turned away, closed the door of the car, locked it, spun around and walked straight into a concrete pillar. You would not read about it. I've smashed my head, managed to cut my face somehow, cut my nose, and then I ended up filling in accident forms at the gym. I was bleeding everywhere. It's all better now. I was worried I'd had some sort of concussion. I was shaking on my feet for a while, but yeah, everything seems to have come right, and it's just a graze on my head and a cut on the face. But yeah, don't move too fast is what I can say. Take your time, slow down. That's my advice there on this one. All right, guys, that's enough from me. Let's get on with the show. Folks, if you missed out on joining the Trading Nut Funded Cup, don't worry. With over 3,000 traders registered, my sponsors, City Traders Imperium, have decided to run another. But this time, they've promised the prizes will be even bigger and better. Folks, if you want to register for this and show your skills as a trader, click on the link above or the link below the video or in the podcast description, then sign up for free before 15th of June 2022 and get 10% off any City Traders Imperium product just for entering the competition. Good luck, folks, and we'll see you in the cup. Righty-ho, folks, here we are on Trading Nut. We've got Gedson K in the house from Johannesburg in South Africa, Forex trader, full-time Forex trader. Welcome to the show, Gedson.
Thanks, man.
Hey, look, guys, today we're going to get to hear Gedson's story, how he became a full-time Forex trader, left his job after, I won't spoil it, we'll get into it, but yeah, and he wants to give back to the trading community, and you're going to hear a bit about that as well. So welcome to the show. To start off with, do you want to tell us about how you first got into trading and your journey to where you are now, and we'll dive into that in a little bit of detail.
Okay, so what happened was I was an operation manager working like 9 to 5 for almost 11 years of my life, and being a father was not easy for me, like to provide everything for my family. Yes, I used to get paid, and at the end of the day, I realized all the money I'm getting paid was just to pay my rent and let's say maybe buying food. But my kid going to school, I need to fund money outside of my job. So this is how I started saying, okay, let me look for something that is going to help me and to make another extra income. Then I end up searching. I get one of the guy who introduced me to one of the network marketing, where you have to recruit people for you to get paid. So at the end of the day, I was not able, because as a full-time worker where I'm doing 9 to 5, there was no even time for me to go and look for people. So I end up quitting that things. Then I remember I joined another network marketing. That one was just a scam business because they scam us, all of us. So like we know all those stress, then I didn't know what I have to do. I think one day I just wake up and I tap on internet, like how to make money online. Then that was the first time I hear about Forex trading. Then I search, how can I join these things? Then there was this other guy from KwaZulu Natal. His name is Sandile Innocent. So I search, was like people are talking good about him, like he's a good mentor and other stuff. So I text him. He told me, if you want to join my group, you need to pay me a certain amount. Then I remember I paid him like 500. That was just a waste of my money. I didn't even learn anything from there. Then I found another guy who was like, I can say, my God sender. And that guy helped me to understand trading and be where I am today.
And who was that guy?
His name is Takana, but he's already quit trading.
He's quit trading?
He's not trading. Yeah, he quit trading because he joined the business stuff. Then he was busy there. He had no time to focus in. The only thing he did to me that was good, he sent me a book of Candlestick Bible. He told me, like, I'm not going to be there for you to provide signal, like everything, because he used to give me signal. Then he gave me the book, like, you can read this book and learn. Then from there, he creates another group where he put me. At the end of the day, he pulled himself out of the group.
All right, so you got a book out of it, and that was the Bible that got you to the point where you could become full time. No, so what was it with the book? This book, the Candlestick Bible. What was it in there that changed things for you?
Yeah, that was just what we call the price action in Forex. It explains about Forex, like from the beginnings, like baby peeps. It explaining like what is the trend, how do you need to approach the market from structure. But there is those advanced things that are not inside there. But that book is helping you to understand everything when it comes to trading, from indicator to like support and the resistance, those beginning stuff. Yeah.
So it's sort of like a 101 to trading.
Yes.
Forex. So you spent $500. You went to Ghana and you spent some more money and you got this book.
Yeah.
When did things start to turn around for you?
Yeah, the only thing that the guy helped me was, how can I say, because he didn't like it last only for 1 month, because I started, when I joined the first guy, there was like 1 month, what they used to teach us only on Monday. So every Monday they come to teach us like for 30 minutes. Imagine I've already paid 500, but they come to teach you only 30 minutes. Then I'm new, I don't know anything about Forex. At the end of the day, because my aim was like, how can I make it like this other guy? This is why I started doing my research. Then I found the other guy called Takana. So that guy told me he's not going to teach me, but he's going to be able to provide signal. I start making money like 1 month after start trading, like every day morning, maybe around 9, because he used to set to trade more London. So every day the guy is going to send me GBP USD and NASDAQ. So then my aim was, how can I do? So I start creating a plan, like I have to make £100 like every single day. So I went almost like 4 months of making like £100 every single day. So at least every month I was able to make £2,200. I was not like other people where they start trading, they start struggling, losing money. No, me, it was not like that. Me, I start already making money because I had someone by my side who used to provide signal for me.
Ah, right. Okay. That's a rarity to find somebody that's able to give you the signals for that long period of time and actually make it work for you. In fact, you're probably one of the only people I've heard with that story. So carry on. So you're making £2,000 a month. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So when I'm making £2,000 a month, and the big mistake I made was I was doing that while working. So now everyone in the office could know, like, okay, this guy is making money more than the money they are paying us from work. Then my boss heard the story. Then my boss called me and asked me, no, I hear that you are doing Forex trading because I used to do this Forex trading back in the day. Then they scam me. So how are you able to make money? Then I know, the guy, I've been with him like 11 years. What can I do? So what I did was I also show him because he told me to teach him. I told him, no, there is this guy is telling me about this and that. But if you give me signal, I'm also going to give you. Then he said, okay, no problem. He opened his account. He deposited, I remember, like almost 100,000 rand in his account.
What's that in US dollars?
Like almost, we can say almost $7,000.
Yeah.
So he deposits $7,000 so that he can be able to start trading. Yes, the very first day he trades, he made almost double of that amount. Right. Then he took his amount out. He even withdrew the money. He gave me almost like 1,500. Like, okay, Gedson, so this is my bonus. Yeah, it was great. It was good for me. Then he asked me a question. How much are you able to make a day? I told him, no, I'm making at least like £100 a day. For me, yeah, like when someone give you money, then I was more open to him. I didn't know that I was just putting my fire. I was making fire for myself. Then he went up and making calculation. Oh, so if this guy is making £2,000 a month, meaning my salary is not enough, and the guy is making this much. So I create something that cost me like crazy. One day he called me and tell me like, man, I see you are making this money, then you don't focus more in my job. I said, no, I'm focusing in your job. No, you don't push like the way you used to push again. In case that you don't want to work again, you can just tell me, maybe we can part away. So it was like, it didn't like the way I was making that money. I'm supposed to remain only focused in the job than making the money aside. I told him, no, this money I'm making because we had an issue where I could not increase my salary. Then I said, yeah, this is why I found this so that I can be able to assist my family. But he didn't take it like the way.
So hang on a sec. So this guy made $7,000 out of the out of your information, and now he's trying to kick you out of your job. But what is it? Did he not carry on with the signals? Did he not carry on with them?
It just because the only thing was there is that, like when you have someone, you are working with the person and you see the person open eyes outside the box and they understand they can go out and get something better, then he was feeling like, okay, this guy is not going to focus anymore in my job. Remember, he says I was an operation manager.
Yeah.
But the amount, I can tell you, they used to pay me like $1,200 every month, but I'm being able to make like $3,500 every month from outside.
Yeah.
You see that where there was a problem. So this is why, according to him, is like, I'm getting his money, then I'm getting money another side. It's either I quit trading and I start focusing in his job, or I remain doing trading. So then I choose trading.
So these signals, you said that Takana doesn't carry, he's not trading anymore, he stopped. So you obviously moved on from signals. What happened after? Yeah. How did you move from signals to profitable trading? That's a story and a half.
Yeah, that was a mess. Like I have someone who used how can I say it, babysitting me with everything on my table. Then I have to take it on my own. It was not an easy job. So I remember what I used to do. Now I used to follow like the way he used to do his stuff. Then I start taking trade like the way he used to take. Sometimes I make money and sometimes I lose. I remember one day I was in India. I ended up blowing $5,000. So I had an account of $5,000. Then I blow that account. When I blow the account, it was like the last money. Imagine I'm about to quit job, like let's say in 2 days. Then today I lost $5,000. So what happened to me was I decided, you know what I need to do? I have to learn this thing. Since I had the books, I said, let me learn Forex. Then I quit, let's say maybe like 3 months, I was not trading. Then I start learning. The only thing that was helping me, because I had my savings somewhere for the money that I was making in 3 months, then I had that money, I was keeping it. So now I took 3 months. I remember there was a time where there was this ICT. I don't know if you know ICT stuff, the inner circle trader. Then I get also the modules. Then I start learning. And also I take my time to learn also supply and demand. So I learn different strategy to try and come with something that is going to help me to become a profitable trader.
And how did you come up with that?
Yeah, so the only thing that I did was I decided to take what was working on inner cycle trader, what was working in supplier and demand, then I combine the two together. Then I create what I don't even know the name I can call my strategy the way I do it. But the only thing that I'm doing is taking from SMC, smart money concept, and from supply and demand, what is working, and I combine one thing. Because I don't look for so many stuff on the markets. When I go, I just know that, okay, I'm going to use this in the market. And when they happen, this is when I'm going to take my trade.
And would you call it like, have you got sort of mechanical rules that define exactly when you're going to get in? And how many of them are there?
The rules that I have is just a simple one. The only thing that I understand is I have to follow my structure. I have to understand where I am on the cycle, and plus my range. What is my range telling me? So if all those things they are combined, plus because I do more the intraday stuff, then when I get to a point where I see everything is aligned, they are in the market, then I can take my trade without any question.
Now, it all sounds pretty simple, from getting signals, failing, to coming up with something that works and profitable using smart money concepts and supply and demand. There's got to be some trials and tribulations in there to get you to that point. I mean, how was that journey to getting to the point where you're consistently making profitable?
I'm telling you, there was a time where I can make my analysis proper because I have supply and demand in my head. I had SMC in my head. But when it comes to the execution of trades, that happened like maybe 2 months. I can make all the analysis properly. But when it comes for me to execute my trade, here the problem comes. Which strategy am I going to apply for me to take the trade? Because one is telling me market is going to hold here. Then the inner cycle trader is telling me this place market has to run it because the liquidity area. Then at the end of the day, you sit, you don't take a trade. So now I start looking, you're going to see your chart play out properly, your analysis play properly. You just come and post before and after. Why you didn't take the trade? So that was something that I was suffering with it for I remember 2020, like maybe 2 months a bit. At the end of the day, I end up deciding, no, if I keep on making all this stuff in the mindset, maybe I'm not going to take a trade for the rest of my life. The only thing that I have to do is making a plan, checking what is playing more on SMC and what is playing more in supply and demand. Combine all those things together. If they are moving a line, this is when I'm going to do it. I'm going to start taking my trade because at the end of the day, I end up understanding it can be SMC or supply and demand. The charts remain the same. Those are just names. Everything's still the same. Everything is in your mindset. How is your mindset telling you when it comes to strategy? How is your mindset telling you when it comes to take the trades? That is more important more than you calling all the strategy names. So this is what helped me to become profitable, because the moment I understand that, I know already what I have to do.
And did you do much back testing?
I did a lot, because I took like 3 to 4 months without taking any trade, just looking the way market is playing and what do you have to do in the market.
And do you want to talk us through that 3 to 4 month period of like back testing and looking at the markets? How much time was historical? How much time was looking at the current market, and how many markets were you going over?
Okay, so what was happening, I have one problem, is that I don't do the back testing on the old data. I do my back testing on the live market. So let's say if I understand, maybe let's say market is going to hold from a supplier and demand. I don't want to go and look what happened previously. I want to market supply and demand for today before markets happen and see what is happening. If really market is going to hold. And for that is building my confidence more than me looking on the old data, because the old data is something that is already past and it become easy. But when you are facing the live market, you remember your emotional side is there. And when there is money, and what built me on that was because there was a time where I used to do what? I remember when I blow my account. According to me, I blow my account because I didn't know something on supply and demand. This is why I blow that account. So now I decide, let me learn supply and demand and try to understand. You won't believe I learn supply and demand from someone who doesn't speak English. I don't know if you know Mansouri. Doesn't speak English at all.
I've heard of them.
The Malaysian guy.
Yeah, Malaysian.
Doesn't speak English at all. But me, I learned that supply and demand from him. The only thing I was doing is looking at the charts. The way is like making his chart.
Yeah.
Then I go also to my chart and try to understand, okay, he was doing this or he's doing that. Then I command. This is why I end up getting everything in my mindset. So what built the kind of person I am today is because I used to test everything on the live market, not on the old data. So if I fell, I know why I fell. If it's play, then I get a reason of why it's play. All those kind of stuff. That is how helped me to be where I am today.
And how many markets were you analyzing at this point?
I remember before I used to do NASDAQ. I used to do NASDAQ and the V75, volatility 75. So I trade that one a lot. Then at the end of the day, I move again to gold and US 30. So I moved to gold and US 30. Then this is the one that I keep on trading up until now is gold and US 30.
Okay, so you were literally looking at gold and US 30 for about 3 months and on the real live market and seeing how it was reacting to support and resistance and
because I know what is working. I know what is working in gold and I know what is working in US 30. So I know that different, and this is why I choose the two of them. I know when you want to trade gold more, gold is playing more when you trade supply and demand. But when you want to trade US 30, it's playing also more when you're applying range stuff structure. So that is the way I combine the two of them.
And how were you doing this from a time frame point of view? What time frames were you focusing on?
Okay, so if I want to do the swing trades, most especially I focus on daily time frame. I can take maybe my trade from Monday to Friday because I'm not that swing trader. I do the intraday a lot. And from my intraday, it's just that I focus more on, let's say, gold. My daily focus is 50 pips to 100. That is what I focus on gold. Because what I understand, money is not on the pips, but money is on the lot size. The lot size that you use, that is the one is going to determine how much you're going to make for that day. It can even be 10 pips and you make a lot of money from that 10 pips. But if you have that confidence of saying, for this 10 pips, I'm going to use 100 lots, then you're going to make that money. And that things come to me when there was one lady, I even forgot the name. I think it's like Pink something. She's on Instagram also. That lady, she's trading gold with 10 pips. She's from Spain. She's using like 70 lots and the target is only 10 pips. She's making at least like $5,000 every single day. So when I saw that one, it just something come to my mindset of saying, why am I focusing to make, let's say 1,000 pips when even 10 pips can make me money? So this is why I create my rules of saying gold, I can make my daily targets 50 to 100 pips then the only thing that I need to play with is going to be my lot size. What is my lot size? What is the lot size that I have to do for me to do it, to play? And when it comes to US30, at least I know US30 can move even 1,000 pips a day, but my only target on US30 is like 200 pips. That is the one I'm looking like every single day. If I get it on London, and my discipline is, if I make my daily target in London, meaning that New York, I'm not going to trade. If I don't get the setup during London, I'm going to wait for New York. Then when I get to New York, then I close. I need at least 3 to 4 hours a day for me to be able to catch my my daily targets and close my day. This is what I do.
Cool. And so after that 3-month period of basically going out the markets, building your plan, when you jumped in to the live market, how did things change?
Yeah, the things changed for me because that period was like a period where you're asking yourself, like, okay, I want to do these things. And I had no job. Remember, I've already quit my job. I've no other places to go. The money that I was saving, it keep on like going down. Then at the end of the day, I tell, if I don't put myself into this, then what am I going to do? What is my kid going to do next? So this is why I start. When I started, I remember one day I try my luck. I say, okay, let me deposit. I had only $19. I deposit $19. Then in 4 days, I made almost $4,000 from that $19.
How did you manage that?
It was mad because I even posted a video about it on my YouTube. So what was happening was I wanted to move to a new house. And when I went there to that house, they wanted me to pay almost 3 months in advance. Because being a foreigner, they want you to pay more money in advance because they don't trust you like if you can continue renting. So I decided I had no money and I wanted that house. What can I do? I had only $19. I said, okay, let me try my luck. I deposit. But since that day, I never trade like the way I trade that day. I take risk that you never imagine. Because of that confidence I had, I've already backtested a lot. And my confidence is there. I know already this place is going to hold. I just keep on popping up entries. From one day, I made like $19 to $1,500 from one day. The next day, I went with it almost to $2,000. Almost 3 to 4 days already, I was close to $4,000. Then I withdraw my money and go pay those guys.
That's that. So at that point, I mean, did you lose any of those trades?
No, I didn't lose even one trade.
Wow. Okay.
All the trades were just win. All of them.
And so, okay, so like diving into that period of time, I mean, how many trades were you taking a day?
Now, I don't take a lot of trades. Maximum, I'm looking for 2 trades. Maximum is only 2 trades. And those trades, they have to be one on US30 and one in gold. I'm done. If I get the nice setup, I take my trades, 50 pips, 100 pips, I close my day.
Cool. Right. And so what's the risk to reward on those trades? It must be fairly big.
Now, remember, like on my side, I focus more on pips, but I can say, let's say example in gold, at least 1 to 5. It's fine for me. 1 to 5.
Cool. Okay. So that sounds like quite a great story there. So what did you do after you put your $19 in, you made $4,000, but then how did you fund your next account?
I fund because I had my money aside. Then from there, I remember I found like $1,000 on just trading NASDAQ. Then I start only trading NASDAQ because I was more based on NASDAQ. I was trading NASDAQ a lot. Until, these things of moving on groups. Then I moved to one of the group. I found no one was trading NASDAQ. Everyone there was only trading currency because most of the people, they used to scare off NASDAQ. Right. So now I also changed. I changed again from there. I start trading currency. I started trading GBP USD. Then from there, just my account will keep on growing like every day.
And so, okay, so let's dive into some of the stats around your trading. So it sounds like at that point you were on your way, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, actually, just before we do, did you ever was there like an aha moment or where you're like, I've got it, this is it, or any sort of massive tipping point, or is it just literally things started to work and you're like, oh, I might. No,
remember things start working with discipline. Things start working with discipline plus focus. And if you have, let's say, a realistic goals, you know what you aim for. And if you want to go through something, you need to know the direction of where you are going. Because from me, learning different strategy, you won't believe I learned so many strategy. At the end of the day, I end up understanding like all of things, they just come to one conclusion. And why wasting my time when I know already there is a shortcut somewhere that is going to make me to get what I want? And this is why I focus on it.
Yeah, because what I'm hearing is that for whatever reason, because you've almost from the very outset only made money in trading. I mean, you've literally. Yeah. I mean, you said you lost 5K there, didn't you? You lost 5,000.
Okay, I lost 5,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe that's not quite right. But it sounds like in a very short time you were pretty much making money most of the time, other than the big loss. Yeah. So I'll be interested to hear what you've. I mean, maybe you can tell us now. Do you think there was something that is inbred in you that is different from other people out there that's made you get to the end goal a lot quicker than other people?
I can say, life is about chance. It's about how do you start your life and who do you meet when you start your life, when you start a journey. That is all about. Because there is people that they start their journey, they don't have someone by their side who can support them to be where they want to be. And there is people that they start their life because they are looking for something better and they find the right person on their way to make them to the next level. That is my case. Because I was looking for my financial freedom, then I get a guy who understands my story, who said, I'm ready to help you. And the guy helped me. That is the only difference. But the only fun thing was I start from making money, losing money, and making money again. Not like the way people, they start losing money, then making money.
That was the thing that threw me. Yeah, you were making money, then losing it. And I do remember way back, I might have even been in 52 Traders, my old podcast, where one of my guests, this guy Craig, he said, here's my advice for someone starting out. He said, basically, go and find somebody reliable, do tons and tons of research, find a really good signal provider and take their signals and do that for X number of period of time. And then at the same time, learn how to trade. And then the money you make from the signals, then put that into an account and away you go. So now let's jump into this. So if you had to sort of like talk through some of the stats around your trading, win percentage, you said risk to reward was like 1 to 5. What is that? What does your win percentage look like?
I cannot say 100%, but I can make myself maybe like 80%. 80%.
And how long are these trades running for?
Believe me, since I trade the things that they are more volatile, even maybe 15 minutes is enough for me to make the money I want.
Sometimes 15 minutes. Right.
Yes, because remember, if you take NASDAQ, let's say US 30, if you take it at 9:30 New York time, that things can drop even 200 pips in less than 5 minutes.
And what time frame are you entering on?
More special, I do my analysis. Let's say if I'm doing the intraday, I focus more on H1, M30. Then I execute my trade on M15, M3, and M5. Right.
And what's I mean, you said actually you answered a lot of these questions already, so I'll dive into the next one. What about your typical trading day? What does that look like?
Okay, my day is not that how can I say, it's not that busy because everything I'm doing is just in my house next to me. I can wake up from the bed, then more special I have to do, let's say when I wake up in the morning, I have to do this meditation stuff, and then I go to my chart. So before 8, because there is a trade that I normally take almost 1:30 New York time, because that trades, I always look for it. Then I'll make sure before that trades happen, I have to be in front of my chart so that I can look if there is a setup that is playing that time for me to take that trade. But in short, it's like I look at least in the morning 2 hours for me to get my setup and get my trade. Then The other time is doing this other stuff, maybe taking kids to school, pick them from school. At least when New York is opening around 7 a.m., I have to be again in front of the chart, try to understand what is the I and the low for me to be able to refine my setup and take my trade.
Okay, cool. So it sounds like a pretty standard day. Now, what about if you had to recommend somebody like take a few steps to get to where you are, what would you say these are the steps to take?
Okay, so the step to take to tell someone to be where I am today is that never done a mistake like me I did, because my mistake was I learned different stuff. I went through so many things that I can say, because I was looking for the only grade that doesn't even exist, because it is in the mindset I didn't understand. I was just looking from strategy to strategy. So one thing I can tell someone outside there is look for one strategy. Let's say if you want to stick to supply and demand, stick to supply and demand. If you want to stick to SMC, stick to SMC. Master it to the fullest for you to be able to understand that, okay, this is what is going to give me something that I want to be like a good trader. And most especially, the more important things to do in life in trading is about psychology. If your psychology is very poor, you can know any strategy that you want, but if you cannot be able to take a trade, then it's useless for you to even learn something that you cannot execute.
And talking about psychology, what do you have any like hacks that you've had to apply on yourself or apply to yourself to try and get over hurdles?
But in terms of psychology, what helped me a lot is Mark Douglas.
Mark Douglas, yes.
Yeah, trading in the zone. That is the only thing that clear everything that was in my mindset. Remember, I can tell you, I learned in a psycho trader. I learned supply and demand. I learned Falcon. I don't know if you know Falcon. I learned Falcon.
I have heard of it. Yeah. What's Falcon?
Yeah, I learned Falcon. It's like you trade those continuation pattern, the flags stuff.
Okay.
I learned those things. And I learned also Elliott wave. I learned BTMA, like beat the market maker.
Yeah.
I learned all those things. But at the end of the day, when I come in front of the chart, I had that confusion. Now to clear that confusion, the only thing helped me to clear all the confusion was Mark Douglas. Because I read from chapter 1 to chapter 12 of Mark Douglas. I understand everything, how now to become a good trader, on how you need to apply your discipline, what do you have to look in the markets. You see, there is a place where example can tell, let's say you have a supply and demand, you have a supplier level, maybe market touch that level and drop. Most of the people, when markets come back to that area, they're not going to take a trade. They'll say this level was being used already. But Mark Douglas tells us, why not risking there? Why not taking a chance again, calculate your risk and say, for this level, maybe I'm risking $20. I'm aiming maybe for $100. Let me try the risk and see what if it's going to play. Then you risk there. And there is also something where people, they believe like, okay, maybe because they put a stop loss, they believe they're accepting the risk. No, but they don't accept the risk. Someone is putting a stop loss and they believe, I don't want market to go to my stop loss. But what I understand, when we come to markets, we have two things that we need to understand in a market. It's either market go to your TP or market go to your stop loss. So you need to accept that things. The moment you accept that, believe me, everything is going to be easy for you. Even a place where someone won't take a trade, you're going to take. Because there is trade that I take. People sometimes they even ask me, why did you take the trade there? I say, I take just a risk. Because I calculate, I'm risking $200 on this level. If market goes the other side, all these things, how was I able to get to a point where I am? Is because I listen a lot to Mark Douglas. It's like that book, all of it is in my mindset. When I go to to trade, I put it in my mindset. It's like it's Mark Douglas who's telling me, do this and do that when you want to make money. Then I apply like that.
And when you say you listened to it, did you get the audio book or did you read it?
I get the audio book and I get also the physical book.
I haven't read that book for years and years and years. And you know what? I think I've got 2 Audible credits and I can't get rid of the damn things. So I'm going to get that book. Is going to be the next book I get.
Book is very, very, very important. And there is also 4 video. I think one of the last one before he passed on, he did a seminar, it's like 4 books. 84 video, he explained.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah,
more
that
recently,
one also like the last one, because on the last one, that is where he gives a formula on how someone can remove the fear. You see those fear of losing, fear of being wrong, what do you have to do? We give a formula on how someone, let's say if you want to overcome a fear, you wake up like every single day, you tell yourself, I'm going to take maybe 20 trades. Like say today, you decide you're going to take 20 trades. You calculate the risk of all those 20 trades. No matter what is happening, you need to take all the 20 trades. So either you hit your stop loss or not, you have to decide to do what? To take all the 20 trades. And that one is going to help you on how to remove the fear that you have in your mindset. That one also helped me because I did that exercise of 20 trades a day, and it helped me to build the confidence in me.
It's good. It's good. Look, it was a simple question, and you've given a great answer to that, an absolutely superb answer. Now, if you had to sort of if we dive back onto a price chart, I mean, what 3 things would you get somebody to go away and study if you were going to be their mentor?
Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to tell someone to go and study is understand your structure. You need to understand structure because the structure is the one drive the market. You need to know when market is making those lower low and lower high. But I know structure is not everything. And there is one thing that is also more important is the one we call a range. Because range is the one driving a market. You can have your structure, but range happen on each time frame. Every time frame got its own range. Then you need to master also liquidity because when you know structure, you know market, range and plus liquidity, you know when to buy and when to sell and where to buy and where to sell, so that you don't get trapped and caught up in the wrong side of the market.
Cool. Good. That's 3 good points. The range thing I hadn't heard of before. Like nobody really talks about the range. Everyone sort of ignores it. Why did you decide to focus on the range and explain that why it's so important for people to understand?
Yeah, because range is more, how can I say it? I can say in all my trading, the only thing that I was missing was range. Let's say, example, if you have, maybe I'm going to explain when you have a chart example. When you have, let's say market is making the higher high and higher low. Let's say you are in daily time frame. Market is making higher high and higher low. So after market break a significant point, let's say the previous higher high, then you need gonna wait for market to show you the direction of saying, now here where I am, I stop. How do you know that market is already stopped? For it to confirm your range from the swing low to the swing high, is market has to run liquidity and break structure. So if markets run liquidity and break structure, that is the one is going to show you this range is already doing what? Is already stopped. Is the one that I call QM. So you need to have a QM on both sides, on a bearish and bullish. That is the one is going to determine your range. Then from there, you need to look for the premium and discount of that range. So when you get the premium and discount of that range, then you're going to wait for market to come to a discount. So the discount is below the 50%. Like if you put in your range, markets come below the 50%, you know already this is why I'm trading. Whatever happened before, doesn't matter. What is happening right now, that is the one that you need to focus on. So when markets come below your 50%, then you're going to refine again your entry from there. And when you are taking the entry, you know already I'm going to target the previous high. That is the one that I'm going to target. That is the way I do focus on the range because that is more important to me more than anything in the market.
Interesting. And hopefully we can jump onto a price chart after this and you can sort of walk through some of these things. Yeah. I think I know what the QM is, and I'm sure a few other listeners out there know what it is as well. So maybe we'll get that in the video. Make sure you go and check it out. Now we're going to wrap up here with a few quickfire questions. So how long did it take you to go from newbie to consistently profitable?
I can say it took me like a year so.
What's your favorite entry setup?
My favorite entry setup, I can say, how can I say, is stop ant. It's a stop ant, break of structure, inducement, then return to the point of interest.
Nice. And what about managing and exiting trades? How do you manage them?
The way I manage my trade is so simple. Remember, like the way I explained, I just have something called realistic goals. When I come to the market, I know already I'm risking, example, 1% of my account then I'm targeting 5%. If it's happened, it's happened. Then I'm out.
So you've got a fixed take profit. You do not deviate.
I've got a fixed take profit.
Right.
Yes. When it reach, I'm out.
Now, what about your recommended trading book? Maybe not Trading in the Zone. Have you got another one? Oh, you've already mentioned 2 in the show. Have you got another book?
Yeah, Trading in the Zone and the Disciplined Trader.
The Disciplined Trader. Okay, yeah, the other one from Mark. Now, what about the preferred broker and trading platform?
Okay, my preferred broker so far is IC Market. IC Market is one of the best. My trading platform, software, I'm using MetaTrade 5 and C-Trade.
C-Trader as well?
Yes.
And why are you
on
using...
IC Market, I'm using C-Trade, and on FTMO, I'm using MetaTrade 5.
And can I ask why you're using C-Trader on IC Markets, and what made you move to C-Trader, or have you always been a C-Trader?
C-Trade, one of the why I like about the C-Trade, because there is not a lot of manipulation on the C-Trade. And also because I'm working based on calculating the money that I'm about to risk on the trade. With C-Trade, it's just that you place your trades, you can just scroll down the line, then it's telling you already how much you are willing to risk. So that is also it's gonna make you how can I say it? It's making me happy. I know, like, if I'm taking this trade, maybe I'm risking $100. If it goes against me, I know it's $100. While when I'm trading with MetaTrades, I don't know how much I'm risking, but I know how many pips I'm risking for that. But when it comes to C-Trade, I know the amount, I know the pips, and I know the amount that I'm risking at the same time.
Hey folks, ever wonder what broker I use? Well, I use Hanko Trade. It was a no-brainer because I was looking for a broker with good trading conditions and one that wouldn't restrict my leverage. Now, by joining Hanko Trade, I've also cut down my trading costs significantly with their super low commission of just $1 per 100K. You can learn more at hankotrade.com or just click the link I've put in the description. And how did you discover that on C-Trader? Did you have to go and research that, or?
No, there was one of the guy who told me he was trading with Paperstone. He told me he doesn't trade with MetaTrade. Then he showed me, like, okay, download the C-Trade. If you have a broker of C-Trade, you're going to see that platform is good. Then I said, okay, let me try it. When I tried just once, everything was amazing for me. Yeah. So I know already, since I'm trading that 150 pips, I know already I'm risking maybe, let's say 15 pips in gold. That is my risk. I'm risking 15 pips. Then I'm targeting 50 pips. So I can just move my line. My stop loss goes where it's supposed to be, and my TP just goes where it's supposed to be. Then I let the market run. Then that one also is even like, I don't have a problem with that because I know already the outcome. It's either stop loss or I'm going to my TP.
Now, if you guys are watching and going, why is Cam going on about C-Trader? Why on earth does he care that much? It's because I'm actually using it. I have been using it for probably about, a year and a half or so. And it is an infinitely better charting platform than MetaTrader from a number of features. So, but I still do use MetaTrader as well. So just so you know, that's why I was wanting to know why you were using. Now, what about your worst ever trade? What's your worst ever trade?
My worst ever trade was, if I remember, it's the same one like the one I explained that I lost.
The 5,000.
Yeah, the 5,000.
How did you lose it again? How was it such a disaster?
The thing was one that caused me to lose the trade was I didn't trade with stop loss because I was more overconfident of saying it's gonna go my way. And the second thing was change of time. Because when I traveled from South Africa, I was like, when I get to India, it was like 3 hours ahead. So when I get there, I was already tired. I end up sleeping in my trade. When I wake up in the morning, the account was already gone.
Right.
So I didn't even know how the account blew. I just wake up and the account was zero.
Oh, dear. Okay. And what can you remember the risk on that trade?
That time, the way I used to trade was crazy. I had no risk. I used just to open so many positions as I can.
Right. Okay. So you could have been trading 1 lot or 10 lots. You would never.
Yes, I can just open. Let's say I start let's say with 1 lot. Then when the trade move, I get another position. Maybe I open 4 lots, 5 lots. You see, I keep on adding different lot size. So when the market goes against me, the account didn't even take like maybe 15 minutes to blow because of multiple entries that I had already.
Okay. Rewind to listen to the interview from the start, guys. Don't listen to this stuff. This is the crazy stuff that obviously you started off with. Now, last question of the show. If you could leave our listeners with one piece of advice, what would it be?
the advice to tell people outside is just be you and remain you. Don't let other people, more especially social media, to drive your life crazy. Focus on the step to be where you want to be, because no one in the social media share is struggle. Everyone in the social media share like they are happy, they are living a better life. But when you go deep down into them, you find out that they don't live like the life we see on social media. So just be the really person how you want to be, and keep your name clean everywhere you want to be. You're going to see even the glory follow you.
Lovely. Brilliant. Well, look, before we wrap up, what's the best way for the traders to get hold of you?
Okay, so if there is one thing I can say for the trader to get me, I have my Instagram is Gedson K, and I have a YouTube channel also is the same as Gedson K. And the aim why I created the YouTube channel was because I remember the way I used to struggle, following people behind to teach me, paying money, because me, I had money to pay those people. But what about the next person? I know there is a lot of people, they still struggle outside there. They don't have money on how to pay someone to teach them. And this is why I decided to provide the free stuff and share all the secret on how I know from Forex. Then I put it outside there. So if someone want to learn for free, they can just go to my YouTube channel, Gedson K. But if someone want extra K, there is people that they need that extra K, they can text me maybe on my Instagram or YouTube there, and leave a comment, then I'll send you the link on how to get me straight from there.
Brilliant. Well, look, a big thank you to Gedson for sharing with us today. Everything we've discussed here, along with all those links, are going to be in the show notes. To find them, simply search for Gedson, and that is Gedson in the search box on tradingnut.com. Until next time, wish all my listeners trading happiness and success. Rightio, folks, there you go. Interview with Gedson done and dusted. Now, we did shoot a video after this where he breaks down his strategy, includes things like the Quasimodo, ICTs, and stuff, and what else? Supply and demand. So, while going and checking out how he sort of integrated all those together, and he breaks it all down on a price chart. So that's over there on the YouTube channel. Also, do remember we got the Trading Nut Funded Cup in July. Go and register for that. That's over there on tradingnut.com, or links under the video or in the podcast description. And the Algo Funder Mastermind bot, the Obsession bot, is available in the Robot Builders Club this month of July 2022 only. So if you want to get access to that, you're going to get the source code. You're going to get the skills to actually develop on this bot. It already has over 90 settings in there, including things like any kind of trade management you can think of, taking partial profits, trailing stops of different varieties, take profits based on an R metric, entry and exits based on ATRs, based on higher time frame ATRs, lower time frame ATRs. It's got a high time frame entry, a lower time frame entry. What else does it have? It's got so many options in here, guys. It's full of the ideas from the mastermind. Semi-automated features as well, should mention. If you do want to check that out, it's in the Robot Builders Club, but only for the month of July, and the price has jumped up for the month of July just because of this, because you are going to get access to it. Now, we've built out the buy side of it. There's 2 rounds of bug testing that we're doing as well, so we're going to make sure that by the time this comes out, it is clean and fully bug-free, and you guys who join will get access to this. So I'd love to see you over there. Links under the description, or in the description on the podcast or the YouTube, and we'll see you in the next episode.